Hey, I'm Melanie Johnson along with my co-host Jen Foster. We are both 13-time best-selling authors. We've published over 2,500 books and made all of our authors #1 bestsellers. We own Elite Online Publishing. If you want to become a best-selling author, look us up at eliteonlinepublishing.com. Now, welcome to the podcast that shares secrets from top industry experts that show you how to get lasting success and results. This is the Elite Expert Insider Podcast.
Hi, it's Melanie Johnson here for another wonderful podcast. All right, today we are going to share Tom Hanks' 3-step formula for success that he learned decades ago. I don't know if any of you caught his Golden Globe speech, but I thought it was phenomenal. It was heart-wrenching, it was emotional, and we had Inc. magazine that kind of went through his speech and did this great article that I'm going to talk about today about really this emotional speech turned into a 3-step formula for success, for work, for business. I just think it was so cool. He told this story of when he worked in his first professional job. He was an intern at Great Lakes Shakespeare Festival, which that's my neck of the woods. I'm from Michigan, Great Lakes. So Hank said that he and his fellow interns showed up to rehearsal after doing a little too much partying the previous night, and the director just was not having it. He was not happy at all, and he screamed at all of them, and he screamed at Hanks. He says, "Do you know what your job is?" The director said to him. He says, "Your job is to show up on time, you have to know your text, and you have to have a head full of ideas. Otherwise, I cannot do my job." Well, there it was, this brilliant 3-step success formula. So it's just show up on time, know your text, and have a head full of ideas. So just showing up on time sometimes can be, hard for people. I was trained, actually, when I used to be an actress years and years ago, I was a commercial actress. The guy who trained me, Michael Clear, I thought he was brilliant. He told me, listen, when you're going to show up for rehearsals, if you show up early, you're on time. If you show up on time, you're late. So he wanted you there 10, 15 minutes ahead of time before he told you to be there. So you could get yourself situated, you knew what was going on. And that's exactly what Tom Hanks said, that he said, for an example, if you get there early, you get comfortable with your surroundings, you can get a drink of water, use the restroom, settle your mind, and gather your thoughts. And that's exactly what my mentor, Michael Clear, had told me, the same thing. So, and even if you're going to a job, right? If you show up at your job and you're supposed to be there at 9 o'clock and you get there at 9, most of the time you're heading to get a drink of water or a cup of coffee, maybe chat with a couple people, take all your stuff off, take your jacket off, get organized. Well, the next thing you know, it's 9:15, 9:20, right? And then you've already wasted that first 15 minutes. And as an entrepreneur, time is of the essence, even for, a business owner. So you want to be very mindful of that time. So showing up, it shows respect for others. It demonstrates the abilities of good organization, shows that you're reliable and that you have a good work ethic. So you're also, by showing up early, you're building a reputation that you're professional. If you have a habit of being late, it's time to change that right now. So the other thing he talks about is knowing your text, knowing your lines. It's the whole thing, Hanks continues. You might not be in the right opinion that you bring, like you might not have the same opinion as everybody else, but at least you're bringing something. You're bringing with some direction. So think about it like professional athletes, creatives, even analysis and number crunchers. Often it's not might not be the most smartest person in the room, but they might be the most successful. It's the one who comes the most prepared if you have an idea or something that's going on. So this is one reason behind one of Amazon's most interesting business practices. CFO Jeff Bezos insists executive meetings begin with about a half hour of silence so that everyone has time to read a well-prepared memo and all getting on the same page before the discussion begins. Of course, most of us don't have that liberty. So the way to set yourself apart from the pack is to make sure you take time to know your text before you speak. Well, if you're not an actor, You want to know what's going on. Like when we do our podcast interviews, I want to look at the person that I'm interviewing before. I want to look at who they are, look at their bio, look at the background. If you're having a sales meeting with someone, you're trying to sell them a product or a service, well, you should know who they are. Maybe find out their personality, their pain points, check them out on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you can find information about them or their company. Know who they are so you come prepared with that ahead of time. So the other thing is, have a head full of ideas. So speaking to this point, Hake says the following: the head full of ideas, bringing anything, try anything. They might not use it. If it stinks, they won't use it. But if you're right, they may use it. The best companies, they like actors and directors and successful because they are employees are consistently seeking, trying new things and growing to improve them. So what I'm saying is you want to have that head full of ideas. You want to have opinions. You want to think outside the box. Don't be afraid of being, oh, well, that's a stupid idea. That's okay, because you're just throwing things out there to see what works and what doesn't, and having an opinion and formulating those different opinions. So that's what you want to think about. So are you ready to do more, to go higher? This formula is simple. So let's review it one more time. Show up on time, know your text, which means know what's going on, know the background of people, know what's happening, and have an opinion and have ideas how you can contribute. So trust me, if it worked for Tom Hanks, it's gonna work for you too. So remember to subscribe to our podcast. We hope this was helpful. I hope you loved it. Please leave us comments below if you'd like to see more things like this. And we will see you next time right here at Elite Expert Insider. And P.S. by the way, if you want to write a book and become an author, we have a great program for you at eliteonlinepublishing.com. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Are you looking to increase your revenue, build credibility, and elevate your brand? This podcast is brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, an innovative publishing and full spectrum marketing company. They will publish and market your book to make it a #1 bestseller. Becoming an author is the best way to market your business. So contact them at eliteonlinepublishing.com today. All of their authors become #1 bestsellers.